How about Austin Hedges, man? He's just reading him the riot act. Get in the box.
So as you guys just saw, Austin Hedges and Miguel Sano had a little beef yesterday, and a lot of Twins fans were saying, Austin Hedges is a madman. Why would you want to fight Miguel Sano? Well, you remember that one scene from Avengers when Tony Stark says, we have a Hulk? Yeah, replace Hulk with Franmil. I think we would be all right. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. If this is your first time on the channel, we do this every single day, so don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as well as use code Fuzzy if you're going to any baseball games anytime soon. Save yourself 20 bucks off on SeatGeek. Bryce Harper continues to stay on fire. Bo Bichette, Vlad Jr., and the rest of the Blue Jays embarrassed, and I mean embarrassed, the Yankees yesterday. And then we also have an update on the wild card standings because they're going to be wild for the next 2 weeks. Now, if you're a Boston fan, I just want to give you a courtesy warning. Maybe you could plug your ears or look away. Chris Sale, he is unfortunately going to miss his next start. I believe it was going to be against the White Sox. So you have Lance Lynn versus Chris Sale in a marquee matchup, but unfortunately, Chris Sale is going to be on the shelf with the you-know-what. And speaking of the you-know-what, I can't say it because YouTube is so strange, they could demonetize the entire video if I actually say it out loud. But the thing that has been going around for the last year, Hunter Renfroe actually came out and said that Major League Baseball told the Boston Red Sox to stop testing because the Red Sox were losing players left and right. But then MLB came out and said he's speaking out of his butt, he is presenting misinformation, he is inaccurate. And it just makes me think. So Xander Bogaerts was pulled in the middle of a game. Chris Sale tested positive a couple days after that. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily believe Hunter Renfroe, but why would he lie? So let me know in the comment section down below. Are you on the side of Hunter Renfroe and believing him and when he says Major League Baseball told them to stop testing to kind of save their chances of making the playoffs? Or do you think that Renfroe has no idea what he's talking about and is just spreading misinformation? What do you guys think? All right, let's get on to the highlights from yesterday. The first and only walk-off from yesterday's games, we have the Braves versus the Nationals. Josh Bell brings in a red-hot Lane Thomas and Yadiel Hernandez. This ground out makes it 2-0. And Stephen Vogt, he was the hero yesterday. He belts one right before Austin Riley doubles in Freddie Freeman, and then Vogt does it again in the fifth. Unfortunately, Stephen does have to leave the game with a lower leg injury. I'm not sure what happened, but he did have to leave the game. Carter Kieboom, it looks like he's starting to figure it out. He ties it in the sixth inning. And Jorge Soler, with his 10th home run in 35 games for the Braves, he has been really good. And just like we mentioned, Lane Thomas has been terrific. He drives in an RBI. And Luis Garcia, I said ew audibly. This guy pimped it, a 450-foot moonshot. I mean, honestly, Bo Bichette had a home run later on that we'll talk about that rivals this one just in terms of swag. I mean, Luis Garcia has unlimited amounts of that. Freddie Freeman hits a monster home run to the second deck, and Adam Duvall snatches the lead back until Ozzie Albies, he has a throwing error, but it could have been an error on Freddie Freeman because it hit his glove. But fortunately for the Braves franchise, Jock Peterson comes in clutch and delivers with a walk-off single. So we'll talk about these standings in just a moment because they were affected yesterday. The Cardinals versus the Dodgers. Andrew Kisner doubles in Dylan Carlson, and Trey Turner, he has been a base hit machine for the Dodgers. He ties it up as Tyler O'Neill flexes his muscles yet again. 25 home runs as a top defender. Yeah, he's pretty much what Joey Gallo could have been this year if he would simply put the ball in play just a little bit more. And we know that my friend Joey Gallo, I love his game, but he does have to stop striking out so much. Justin Turner robs Nolan Arenado in the fifth, and Albert Pujols, he takes a walk in the seventh, which kind of upset the Cardinals fans because that's probably going to be Albert's final game in St. Louis. Now, fast forward to the ninth inning when Giovanni Gallegos picks up the save, and the Cardinals, they have now won 2 games in a row, and they're working their way back up for the wild card. So breaking news for you guys, this is coming from Jeff Passan. He is reporting along with John Heyman that the 2021 season is officially over for Trevor Bauer, and it's not like new information came out, it's just that MLB is not done with their investigation, and they would not be done before the playoffs. So Trevor Bauer, the final update, he is gone for 2021. The Rockies, they faced off against the Phillies, and Bryce Harper in the Blue Unis, he's pretty much a cheat code. He goes the other way for his 30th home run. He is now mirroring his 2015 MVP season, in large part because he only finished that season with 99 RBIs because they couldn't get on base for him, and same with the 2021 campaign. Colton Welker, he delivers with his first RBI and his first base hit of his career in the 4th inning, and Ranger Suarez yet again was dominant. 1 earned run on 6 strikeouts in 6 innings, and then Brad Miller grabs the lead back on an RBI ground out. Just Ian Kennedy, all he has to do is hold it, but what do the Phillies fans know best? Yeah, that is blowing save. So McMahon, he reigns on the Philly parade, and Sam Hilliard, record, goes back-to-back on an absolute bomb. The Phillies have now lost 3 games in a row, and they have blown 30 saves on the season. I can't believe that's a real stat. The Marlins faced off against the Mets yesterday, and Javier Baez turned into El Mago yet again. He shows off the magic and avoids a tag, and then turns that into a run after he scores on a wild pitch, and then he goes liftoff for his 29th home run of the year. He has a 140 OPS plus with the Mets. That is fantastic. Unfortunately, later on, Lindor can't complete the double play in the 6th inning, and this was all while Stroman was dominating. 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, only 1 walk in just under 7 innings, and Brad Hand, he literally throws the game away. No, literally, he throws it. He makes an errant throw that Pete Alonso cannot grab, and then Jazz Chisholm hits a perfect home run. He now has 15 home runs and 19 stolen bases, so a true dual threat. So the Mets have lost 2 games in a row, and the NL wildcard is shaping up that the Dodgers and the Padres are going to meet for the wildcard game. The Reds are 1 game back of the Padres, and the Cardinals and the Phillies, they are neck and neck at 3 games back of the Padres. The Jays versus the Yankees. Remember how we talked about Bo Bichette had one of the more smooth home runs? I mean, check this out. He hit it, and then he knew it was gone as soon as it hit the bat, and he just pimps it for his 22nd home run. He also has 22 stolen bases and a 4.3 WAR. He has been fantastic. Grichuk goes yard in the 5th, and Jose Barrios was solid, minus a 2-run shot to Anthony Rizzo. The Jays offense knew that they needed more. Bo Bichette and Danny Jansen, they delivered. They get 2 runs back, and then Vlad Jr., he connects for his 42nd home run. He now has 100 RBIs. He is one of 6 players in Major League Baseball history to be 22 years old and have 40 home runs, 100 RBIs, and 100 runs in a season. Of course, this came off of Andrew Heaney, and the Yankees would have tied the game if Andrew Heaney would have never stepped into this game, because Sanchez and Luke Voit both hit home runs. The Jays have won 8 games in a row. The Yankees have lost 6 games in a row, and it was the first time ever that the Yankees got swept by a team and they did not have a lead for 1 single second of the entire series. So Aaron Boone, you need to start playing Luke Voit every single day, and you got to either release Andrew Heaney or give him a few days off to reset, because what you're doing right now clearly is not working. The A's faced off against the White Sox yesterday. Yasmani Grandal takes a walk early in the game, which means he has been on base 25 of his last 40 at-bats. And then we can see a fan making a pretty cool catch with his fanny pack, so it just goes to show you that fanny packs are still in. Tony Kemp turns an RBI double into an RBI triple. Like, maybe it was a triple, but they could have scored a double with an error from Billy Hamilton. Jose Abreu was able to get a ball just in front of Starlin Marte for the game-tying RBI, and then Marte steals his 22nd bag, so he is now 22 for 22 and then scores on a bad pickoff attempt. And Matt Chapman, he brings in a run on a sac fly. Sean Manaea, he showed up yesterday. He went 7 innings on 9 strikeouts, only allowed 1, and just that 1 earned run. And Chafin comes in for the save, as the A's are now on a 2-game winning streak. And Boston, so let's talk about the wild card. Even with all the you-know-what that is going on, they're still 1 game ahead of the Yankees for home field advantage. The Yankees are just a half game ahead of the Blue Jays for 2nd place, and both the Mariners and the A's are tied at 2 games back. Wow. We hinted at this in the intro. Cleveland faced off against Minnesota yesterday, and Miguel Sano went yard, so that maybe played into the scuffle that happened a couple innings later. But like I mentioned, we have a Franmil, a Hulk of our own. He goes the other way for a 2-run shot, and that was the first run for Cleveland in like 25 innings. I was getting a little bit worried. Oscar Mercado hit a home run, so Jesus might be coming back. And then J-Ram connects for home run number 33. He has 21 stolen bases, a 141 OPS plus, and a 5.7 WAR. He has been the best third baseman in baseball, maybe not named Austin Riley in 2021. And Cal Quantrill almost goes 8 innings with 5 strikeouts, only allows 1 earned run. He did get in that little scuffle with Miguel Sano, but he has a 1.97 ERA in the 2nd half. And Emmanuel Clase converts save number 22. He lowers his ERA to 1.48. And last but not least, the Royals versus the Orioles. This was a pretty easy game to recap. Nicky Lopez with the rare home run, and Carlos Hernandez, he has been a godsend, a breakout star for the Royals. 6 shutout innings, only 3 base hits, and then Nicky knocks in another one in the 8th. He was driven in by Benny Biceps as Carlos Santana makes it 4-0. And Hunter Dozier, who has been the worst player in baseball with a negative 2.8 WAR, he blasts off for a home run. Good for him. All right, everyone. Well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. MLB The Show is going to be insane today, so make sure you have all of those bells turned on. I think they're releasing 40-plus diamond cards. It's going to be a crazy time. Again, thanks for watching. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek and enjoy this day in MLB history.
1-2 on Mike Lowell, and Johnson fires, swung on and missed a fastball at 97 miles per hour. And on this, his 37th birthday, Randy Johnson becomes the 12th pitcher in Major League history to strike out